Alright, so we're checking out another new flashlight from WUBEN. It's called the X4, and you can see this is the black version. Comes in gray and white as well. So if you run over the specs here, 1500 lumens max, 205 meters max beam distance, and just quickly, we'll look at this again a little later in the video, but in terms of the lumen levels, it goes from 5 to 1500 on the main light, and then there's a side light. 1 to 100 lumens on the white light, and then they have these RGB lights that are at 10 lumens, and then there are the corresponding run times there. Obviously lower lumens, more run time. For example, on the main light, it'll go up to 285 hours at 5 lumens and 3 hours at 1500 lumens in the turbo mode. Again, 205 meters beam reach, 1 meter drop distance rating, and it's IP68 waterproof, which is 2 meters underwater for an hour. Without the battery, it's 91 grams, and with the battery, it's 141 grams, and here are the dimensions. Alright, so getting everything out of the box, you get the flashlight, of course, you get your user's guide, a USB-C cable for charging, and you get a wrist strap. So yeah, this is the black version. Again, they have a gray version and a white version. There are 4 LED emitters on here. It does spotlight mode and flood mode. This is the side light and also the RGB light. Looks like I'm going to have to take the sticker off to get the insulation from the battery. It looks like this bottom part here is the battery door, and it is magnetic, so it should be able to stick to metal things like a refrigerator. And then you have a little latch here for the battery door. Looks like go ahead and unlock it, and then this pops open, and then they got to peel this little piece of plastic off of here so that it can function. And then just take a look at the battery really quick. It's the 18650 3350 milliamp hours, and here's what the battery chamber looks like. It slides in real nice, and then just locks into place, and you just slide this latch over, and then that should prevent it from opening up. There is a momentary switch here as well, but that only functions when it's not locked. So there's 4 modes here on this slide. So you have it's locked here. I think this is the side light, the main light, and this is the moonlight mode. So slide it all the way up. I believe if you press the momentary switch in the back here, that turns it on. And if you slide the main sliding switch to the main light, it should turn on the main light there, but then it's only momentary. It just flashes and turns off. You can also turn it on via the main button here. So that's very bright. Let's go ahead and turn it down. Use the dial here to turn this down. That's this rotary right here. So when it flashes like that, that means it's hit the lowest end. So this is the 5 lumens moonlight mode, and it goes all the way up to 1500. When it flashes, that's at the brightest, all the way down to the bottom. And turn it off, and then if you hit the momentary switch in the back, that flashes. That looks like it goes straight to turbo mode. So if you hold it, it'll stay on, and you let go, it turns off. This is the side light, and again, this is right here. It's a white LED, 10 to 100 lumens. That's 100 lumens to 1 lumen. And I believe again you use the rotary here to adjust the brightness. So that looks like that's at the lowest level, and it flashes, and then you can raise it up. So the lowest was 1, and then now we're at 100. So that's quite bright for a nice little side light. And then if you want to go down, if you want a very low moonlight level, you can use that for maybe reading a book or something like that. You're not going to disturb other people. And then you press the button again here to turn it off. Alright, so if you want to use the color RGB light, you're going to press and then press and hold. There we go. So we have a blue color here, then use the rotary dial to cycle through different colors. And then the brightness of this is fixed at 10 lumens. Press the button again and turn it off. So if you want to activate the RGB flashing modes, there's going to be a red-blue flash, a red-green, and a red-yellow. So you just double press the button when this is off. So double press. So you have a red-green. Double press again. Looks like a red-yellow. And this one is a red-blue. And then just press the button again to turn it off. And then if you want to activate the strobe mode for the main LEDs, you double press the tactical switch here, or the momentary switch on the bottom. And we get a flashing strobe. So yeah, I think that's pretty much in terms of all the functions. Clip here is fairly stiff. Looks like it's going to work pretty well. Holding in the hand, very comfortable. It's a little bit bigger than your typical flashlight that has an 18650 in here, but of course it has all these additional functions for the side light and the RGB light. And then of course to charge, you just slide the switch all the way up here. It exposes the USB-C port all the way down, locks it out, and then none of the buttons will work. They want to do that so it's in a bag or something, you don't want to accidentally turning on, but obviously you can hold it in different ways. You can clip it on a belt. It's got the magnet on the bottom here. Typical, I think it's a 61 anodized aluminum, and it feels pretty good in the hand. Can't complain about it too much. Weighs really nice, and I do like that you can use the side light as a more, a general purpose light compared to the main 4 emitters in the front. But I'm going to take it out now. They're going to see what the flood and spot beams look like here on the outdoor in a nighttime situation. And we'll take a go at that part of the video right now. Alright, so doing the outside test here, and this is the moonlight mode. Definitely not very bright. Much of the regular mode here. And we're at the lowest level. I'm going to use the dial to raise up the level. There we go, that's the max. 1500 lumens. I'll light up that house over there. Trees. With cloudy, you can light up the clouds a little bit. Definitely, that's pretty cool. Need a little Batman logo up in the clouds. But yeah, it's not super bright. Obviously, there's a lot of flashlights out there that do 3000 lumens or whatever. Probably on a 21700 cell, but not an 18650. It's pretty good for an 18650 at the maximum level. And go ahead and drop it down. There we go. We're at the lowest level, so we still see it off the garage door here. And let's go ahead and turn on the side lights. So this is obviously the RGB light here. It's on blue. And we'll use the dial here. And let's see what the colors look like. Not super bright, but definitely tell that we have an RGB light. Alright, so I turned on the side LED, the white LED. I think that's the lowest level. Yeah, that's the lowest level. You can't really make out much. It's like, I think it's like 1 lumen right there. And I'm gonna raise it up. It goes up in brightness pretty quickly. There you go, that's the max, that's the 100 lumens. It's coming off of the side of the flashlight. Pretty usable. Anyway, that's gonna cover for this video. Any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Talk to you guys in the next one.